Hey everyone. Hope everyone's having a good morning or a good day if you're watching this later. Wanted to if you like this music, I'm gonna put the link in the chat. This is Soren Hansen. He worked on the Run Veggies soundtrack. He's graciously agreed to help me again with his superior godlike talents of making music. And he's making the soundtrack to Bug Squash. So he's got 4 tracks ready. There's gonna be more, but right now he's got 4 of them, and they're like every one of them is just incredible. So definitely check this out. More to come. I mean, this is just like in a week. He just like popped out 4 tracks. So dude is like super talented. You can see the Run Veggies soundtrack here too. But yeah, I'm gonna stop this because I can't hear myself think. But anyway, so today we're gonna be working on this Bug Squash game. It's currently building. I'm having some issues, so the first like 20 minutes of this stream might just watching me troubleshoot these compilers, which is going to be like super riveting content, I'm sure. But while this is going, I could talk a little bit about what this is. So if you're not familiar with my channel, let me pull up my channel here. I mean, some of you are watching like literally on the stream right now, right? So this is my YouTube channel, and if you go to these playlists, there's a playlist called I actually don't see it here. This maybe I'm not looking well enough. Game development basics, all lessons is not on my playlist. That's weird. Maybe I deleted it by accident. Anyway, game development basics is an 8-week course that I made. It's available 100% for free on my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen it and you're wanting to learn Unreal Engine or just game development in general, I do recommend that you check this course out. It's a free course, right? But over the course of the 8 weeks, we build 4 games from scratch while also learning how Unreal Engine works. So in week 1, we make a game called Ball Maze, very, very basic stuff. But in week 2, we make a game called Bug Squash, and the version that we make for the course is like really, really basic. But one of the things that I did in week 8 was I basically made an updated version of this course, right? Of this game. So this is the game at the end of the course, right? So I was playing. So I teach like summer camps for kids. We do coding camps and game dev camps, and I was showing this game to the kids, and they absolutely loved it. Like, this is the only game they wanted to play, and I had to like actually keep them focused on the course and the games that we were making in the course. And then so I was like, you know what? There's some issues with it. Let me fix these, because the kids are really good at finding the bugs, actually. So I was like, let me fix some of these bugs. Get it? And then they kept asking like, oh, well, it would be really cool if we could do this. So I was like, yeah, all right. I'm like sitting in this class. I don't have anything to do. So I just started programming some new stuff. And then at some point I was like, all right, this game is actually really fun. These kids are loving it. So I decided to keep working on this game. So this is like a little hobby project that I'm working on when I have free time, which isn't a lot, but you know, it's enough to like, this is like my fun project, right? Because I have other projects I'm working on for clients, and they're a little bit more involved and heavy, like deep programming stuff that just kind of melts your brain a little bit. So this is what I do at the end of the day when I just need to wind down and do something fun. Some people play games. You know, it's funny. I got a Steam Deck and I was so excited about it, and I really am still. But I noticed like I don't have as much fun playing games now that I develop them, because I would just rather be making games. You know, it's like if you, I don't know, if you had a choice to like play a sport or watch a sport, what would you choose? Maybe people don't like playing sports. I don't like watching sports, so. All right. So unfortunately, this build. I started this build right before the stream, thinking, "Oh, it'll be fine," and then it wasn't fine. So we're just plugging along. I was hoping, like, by talking about it, it would fill the time until it got done, but no luck. We're getting close though. We're like 60-ish% of the way there. But you know what I could actually do? I could actually show some footage of the game that I sent to. This is like just as good as playing the game, right? So essentially, you're this tank. Oh, that's not the footage. Maybe I put it here. I had like, oh man. There we go. This is like the first level of the game. So you got a tank, you know, standard stuff. This is still very early on in development, so I have a lot of placeholder stuff, like these bugs I just found a pack online. Ultimately, it would be great to have like real bugs that are for the game. So the point of the game is kill the bugs, collect the samples, don't die, get to the end of the level, and then stuff happens. We're getting close. Yeah, these bugs will come out at you. So one of the problems I'm having right now, and actually the reason why I think this compile is taking so long, is I originally did this as part of that course, that Blueprints course. Because it was a learning course, things weren't done like always the best way. A lot of times, like, it was like, I need to show how this part of Unreal Engine works, so I'm going to like do something maybe a non-optimized way just to make the point. And then when I started working on it for the kids, I started trying to fix some things in Blueprints, but it was mainly just to like get them to be able to play the game and fix some of the bugs. But now I'm trying to like actually restructure the entire project using like actually good programming practices, meaning like you know, your old object-oriented programming practices, inheritance, encapsulation, abstraction, and polymorphism. I remembered all four of them from memory. And I'm trying to use C++ classes for everything, just because I think that it's, better for game dev. All right. So the idea there at the end of the level is you activate that command center and then the bugs start coming out, and you have to protect it while also protecting yourself. So like old school tower defense tactics. So this is like really kind of like a tower defense slash bullet hell type game. I guess maybe not bullet hell, just like third person shooter. So yeah, this build is just making me crazy. We're not even at 400 yet. Come on. And this is my good computer. I was like last time I streamed, I had issues because I was using my desktop computer, which is like a COVID era desktop. So it's still pretty new, but unfortunately that means it's outdated hardware wise. So this is my laptop, which has much better hardware. The issue though is it's got RAM issue. It's got only 64 gigs of RAM, and which means these builds take a little bit longer. All right, I know this is like the best streaming content ever. There's also some build errors, and it's because Soren is using a plugin called WWise. I don't know how you would pronounce it, I guess. Yeah, see, it's throwing a build error for Wise Sound Engine. So he's been learning this plugin Wise. You can go to their website. What is it? From Audio Kinetic. The reason it's cool is it has a Unreal Engine plugin, so you can do all the audio editing in their app, and it like works in Unreal Engine. He could explain it better, but apparently this is like top end stuff, and he's been learning it. And actually, the course that he's been working on, that we're going to be launching on my channel in January, will show a little bit about how this works. So if you're interested in like how audio production works for game development, definitely keep an eye out for that course. It'll be coming out in a couple months. But so because we have this plugin now, it's giving me some issues when I try to launch the project. And I thought I had fixed them. And then this morning when I went to build the project so that I could do this stream, they were not fixed. So doing a fresh build. The errors are still there though. So we'll see if it causes an issue. One of the things we can do though is I can show you my secret to not getting bogged down with build errors. So once this finishes, let's try to launch it, and then we'll see if we have an issue. We're getting close to the end. There's like less than 100 left now. But yeah, this Wise plugin, I think I have it installed even. Yeah, here we go. I'm being honest, I don't really know how it works. But Soren has been doing awesome work with it. So basically all the audio files exist here, and then the plugin will like pull them into Unreal Engine or something. I don't something like that. Something in that capacity. So you could do all of your audio editing outside of Engine and then just push those changes and it works. But yeah, we listened to some of the music he's been making for the game. He's got 4 tracks so far. And, you know, if you play this with this, it seems like it's going to be a fun game. Yeah, that bass line in there. But like, he's mixing. So he actually took. He's like, "What kind of music do you want?" And I was like, "All right, it's gonna sound weird, but I want EDM and metal, right? I want like an EDM cyberpunk type vibe, but like with strong metal riffs." And he did exactly that. Dude's super talented. But this one's my favorite. I mean, they're all really good. Don't get me wrong. This one is just gets me pumped. How we doing over here? My computer's like, bro, you don't got any memory left. I don't know if you could tell from the footage, but there's actually like a thing where as you're moving the cursor, the turret takes a while to turn. And this is a variable that I could set. So like if you want to have like a small fast tank, that would be like much more responsive. But like a big old beefy heavy tank, you know, it's gonna take a little while. This would be this one that we're playing with for bug testing and play testing is like the medium tank. All right, let's see how this thing's going. Just delaying all day. All right, maybe it doesn't like having like a million things going on. Let's close some stuff. But yeah, here's a link. You guys should check it out. He's gonna be making 10 songs for the game. He's got 4 done so far. That's what it was. It was just didn't want to play the footage. But yeah, he's gonna be doing a audio engineering course. He and I have been working on it. Well, he's been mainly working on it. I've just been kind of helping him make sure the content's, you know, good for the channel. But it'll show how to use all this stuff. He's gonna show how to use Pro Tools, which is like a audio editing software that's now free. I didn't know this. When I was young, I worked in a recording studio, and you had to pay like a lot of money for Pro Tools. You still do, but there's a free version now where you can like learn it and experiment with it, which is why we chose it for the course. Because if you want to get into audio production, you should just learn Pro Tools. Like, there's a lot of them out there. I've heard like Ableton's doing pretty good, but that's more like for live sets, like DJ stuff. FL Studio, kind of the same thing. They've always been like historically like a EDM type software, but now they're kind of like leaning more into like live entertainment type stuff, where you can like automate and like, you know, do stuff on the fly. But Pro Tools is like your go-to for like recording, editing, mixing, mastering stuff. But he's going to show how to use that, and he's going to show how to use this Wise plugin for Unreal Engine. Oh my God, we're so close. Dead air is almost out. I've done a pretty good job keeping the conversation going, considering it's been 20 minutes of just watching this compile. The problem is, I think I know the problem, but I'm gonna show you guys a trick. All right, we got a bunch of build failures. So when I built this, and let's turn off the music. I'll keep it open so I can link it again. So when I built it in C++, I got a bunch of build errors. What I usually recommend is if you have a bunch of build errors like this, do another build, right? Now, if you do Control B, it's just going to do like the regular build. So there's like up here, there's build solution, rebuild, clean, build selection, which would build like whatever you have built. So now I only have one build error. So I can clear this, and I'll do it one more time just to make sure that it's just that one build error that's going to be in the logs. Yeah, see? So now I can copy all this. So Control A, Control C. I'm going to go to my developer console, and I'm going to type Claude. And we're going to use Claude Code to figure out how to fix this error. If you're not familiar with Claude, Claude.ai is this. If you're using ChatGPT for game dev or programming, I highly recommend that you actually use Claude instead. And the reason is this is like optimized for helping with programming. So if you're not familiar with like Node Packet Manager or NPM type stuff, this might be a little too advanced. But there's actually so I'm going to ask it, what is the NPM command to install Claude Code? You could just Google this, but why not ask Claude? Because we expect technical difficulties, of course. Yeah, Claude is incredible. All right, so there's this npm install. If you don't understand npm, I recommend, like, this is Node Packet Manager is for like typically for web development, but I think it could do a lot of things. So like full stack dev stuff. So this is your npm command to install Claude Code. So you just go here to your command line interface. You could also just like do this. And type it here. But after you do that, it's going to install Claude Code. So now I have Claude Code open. So like literally all I'm going to do is I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste in those build errors. It's going to think for a little bit. But if I was going through here, right, and I'm just like reading these build errors, like it's clear that there's like a problem with this plugin, right? Because everything is popping up like issues with this one Audio Kinetic plugin, right? But if you're, I mean, this is maybe like an instance where like you could intuitively figure this stuff out, but this is going to basically like do it in seconds. So it's going to say, I see that your build is failing due to the missing SDK files. Let me investigate. And then it does some work. And then it says, yeah, it wants to look at that file. So I'm going to click yes. Yes. It's basically asking permission. You can set it to not ask for permission and just go. It's a little dangerous. If I'm being honest, it'll change some stuff. If you're gonna do that, what I actually recommend is you use source control, because it's gonna change things without, like, I mean, it'll tell you, but it might change some things that are hard to get back, right? And I've like told it in the past, like, no, undo all that. Yep, let's do that. It's now, right now it's just like reading the files and trying to figure out what's going on. But like, unless you're really good with command line codes, I don't know all these command line interface like commands. Eventually it'll get to the point where it like knows the problem and it'll tell me how to fix it. I know what the problem is. It's a problem with the all right, here we go. The build is failing because the audio plugin files are missing, but the lib files are missing. Additionally, you notice that option 1, remove Wwise. 2, properly install Wwise. Download and install the Wwise SDK. So we can go back here. Plugins. Let's just do SDK. Is that it? No. Unreal Engine SDK. Was this it? No, I already have this. All right, what's next? Can you update .u project to include the plugin? Yeah, so I noticed first of all when I open this, it's not listed here, which tells me right away something's, yeah. So now it just did that. Let's see if that fixes it. Maybe that's all I needed to do. Audiokinetic.com. Install their place. Audiokinetic.download. But I did do that. I already have it. Anyway, let's just disable for now. I don't want to watch a stream. I don't want to do a whole stream of me just fixing this one error. I want to actually like actually do something fun. It's been 30 minutes so far, and 20 of that was just watching. Rename the plugin folders. All right, let's do that. Let's try this now. Let's do a build. Hopefully this one doesn't take 30 minutes. So annoying. One of these days we'll actually get around to working on this game. Just gotta wait for this stuff to close out. Let me close this since I'm having memory issues again. Oh, look at that. Is it gonna actually open? Hey! Oh my god. But yeah, what did we learn so far, right? We learned about Soren's amazing music. We learned a little bit about Wwise and the fact that I should get it working before the stream so we don't spend 20 minutes troubleshooting an issue. Showed you a little bit about Claude Code, this guy. My right-hand man. Just got to keep him on track sometimes. There's I get asked quite a bit. It's actually a conversation we've had in the Discord a couple times. But like using AI for programming and game development, right? Or just anything, honestly. And I use it every day. I'm not gonna lie. I think the issue is when people use it and they don't understand. Like, I can't go buy a bunch of power tools and just call myself a woodworker. I need to actually understand woodworking, and then the power tools will help me be a more efficient woodworker, right? But I still need to understand how to build a table or how to build a chair or a cabinet, right? It's the same thing, I think, with this. So this is a great tool. It makes me very efficient as a developer. But I need to understand programming and game dev and Unreal Engine before I just blindly tell it what to do. Because sometimes it's going to tell you to do some dumb stuff. And you got to be able to check it. Be like, no, I'm not doing that. So, if you want to know more about that, I'd be happy to have the discussion. But if you do have some experience in programming and game dev or Unreal Engine, it works really well for Unity as well. It works for web development, works for app development, like if you want to make a phone app. I've actually found it's very good at all of the above, as long as you have the ability to check its work. Which I guess I'm a little bit happy about, because the second that we don't have to check its work anymore, like, what's the point of being a software developer, right? I guess I just close up my business, or I'll go start a wood shop. All right. So one of the things I want to work on is I have this first level. I'll go to level 1. Failed to compile. What's going on here? What is that? I don't want that. All right. Oh, this must be Soren. So let's just bypass this. Sorry, bud. I think this needs to go here, if I remember correctly. Oh, you know, I deleted that thing from the game instance class. All right. Let's get this off. What's this? All right, let's see if it works without that. There we go. You guys can see more of that and less of me. All right, so far the state of the game is I can get, oh, I can't move. So move forward. Take movement, sound, update. Think this. There we go. All right. So the point of the game so far, oh, that's not where I want to be. I was testing something. Sorry, I'm being neurotic. All right. So the point of the game so far, I can move this tank around. This is what I was telling you about. Like if I adjust the look, see how it takes a second for the turret to get to that point. So like as I'm moving this, it's like a little bit laggy, but I did that on purpose because I want the bigger tanks to feel really heavy. Like you can't just roll in like you would one of the smaller tanks. So there will be like different size tanks, different classes of tanks, if you will. Got to collect these little orange. I need a 3D modeler on this project. Right now, these are supposed to be mushrooms, and technically they're called mushroom, but it does not look like a mushroom. All right, so these bugs are gonna keep coming. One of the things I've noticed with kids of this generation is they like literally do not care about graphics. They just want it to be fun. I think it's because it's like the Minecraft generation, right? They grew up with Minecraft. So, and Roblox, like graphics to them are just like whatever. Whereas my generation, it was like we are constantly pushing the limit of realism in games. Alright, so you're getting attacked by these bugs. You got to get the mushrooms. This one you got to jump down to get, but guess what? Tanks can't jump. So now you got to go back up. So the idea is you can equip different weapons. So like this is just like a regular old cannon. On the side here is my secondary weapon. This one is a rocket launcher. So it shoots a rocket. And then I have 3 abilities that I could equip. I have a defensive ability, a utility ability, and a special attack. The special attack is this like missile barrage that for some reason isn't working. But we're gonna fix all the bugs. I think it's because it's like trying to target the wrong enemies. So like these would be configurable. Like one creates this like dome, which is supposed to increase your armor while you're in it. But there's like a few different defensive abilities you could choose from that you would unlock during gameplay. 2 is this like speed boost, so I can go really fast for a second to get out of a hairy situation. So 2 is the utility module, and then 3 is your special attack. Doesn't feel like slow motion because of the speed of the bullets. It's more in the rate at which the turret turns. You can really feel it when you're trying to escape enemies and they're getting at you. I can show it better in this level. This is my play testing level. I'm going to save these, but then I'm going to undo it so that I don't piss Soren off. So I'm also creating this module-based objective system. This is the level where I'm like kind of testing that out. So essentially, this is an objective to like explore. Also, I don't know why the frame rate in this level is so much worse. These bugs are stronger. Because I was playtesting like at what point are they too strong, right? Launch some missiles at them. They don't have an attack animation. All right, so that objective is done, and then the next objective just popped right in, which is to collect these. Oh, E. And then when I finish that objective, then the game is complete. So the way this works is I have an objective manager, which is just like in the level, and it has an array objective sequence, and then this holds the objectives. So the idea here is a game designer could really quickly like throw the objectives into the level. There's like 4 different objective types, I think. Collect something, survive, explore. I don't remember what the 4th one was. Interact. This would be used for like the idea also would be like at the end of each level there's one of these, or maybe there's multiples and you have to protect them, but you have a chance to like prepare yourself, right? And then when you interact with it, it would start that objective. So it's different than the collection because you're not collecting something. The goal is to like interact with some object. But by having it be modular and like just be able to set these objectives up really quickly, you have the opportunity to throw levels together really modularly, I guess. So what I want to work on today is my level 2. Don't want to save that. So what I'm trying to do is, and Sword has been helping me by getting the audio done, is I'm trying to have a demo of this ready by March, maybe even February, because I'm going to PAX East and I'd like to be able to talk about this demo while I'm there. So level 2, I don't know how much this works because I've broke a few things. Okay, here we are. Can see the command center, and then these bugs are supposed to start popping out. Cockroaches this time. Why did that not reset though? Camera adjust. Time to reset 6. Reset camera. Less than 0. I think this needs to be greater than. I'm not sure why the frame rate in this level is so trash. I'll have to look at it. There we go. I see the objective. The bugs are coming out. There we go. Now that reset. Where's my buggies? All right. 10 FPS. It's really bad. Let's look in our level and see what's going on here. Let's take these clouds out. I don't need that. It's a little better. It was already there. Stat GPU, is that what it is? Maybe it's just the height fog. No, it's actually worse somehow. Post-processing, but I don't have any post-processing. Do I? Yeah. Anyway. So, my idea of this level is level 1, you don't have any of your special equipment. Level 2, it's going to introduce you to special equipment. So this level, if we zoom way out, has like 2 branches to it. It's like a T kinda. Go down to here, get to this. It's going to give you a message that you need to explore more. And then I got to go down here and get something, and I got to go over here and get something. And then we can start the level. One thing I wanted to do was make this area more interesting. 'Cause it's kind of boring. So let's... got these ramp things. Let's Grab one of those. Okay. I love this pack. I don't remember what it's called. It was one of the free, like free for the month things a while ago. Platformer stylized. Yeah. I use this. I use this one way too much. But it's just like so versatile for making like little voxel worlds. Yeah, it was free for the month a while ago. At least I think it was. I don't think I bought it. But yeah, it's pretty great. And then let's go. Oh man, it lined up perfectly. Look at that. All right, that looks good. Let's delete these. There's like a little bridge thing in here, I think. Bridge. What are these? 3, 2. Let's make this twice the size. Cute. I want to see if I can go underneath it though. If I can't, then I want to go higher. Because I want, I might move it out this way more too, so I have a little bit more room. I want, the goal of this level is to like have to go to both sides, but I want them to be interesting. This one at the moment, for instance. You gotta go to this ramp thing. But the the objective will be over here. I made this little cute little hidden area, right? So I just want something fun on the other side too. Sometimes I feel like when I'm doing this like a Bob Ross, little Bob Ross 3D action going on. So what can we do? Let's do I think it's this one. I did 2 by 2, right? Yeah, this one. The reason I, if you use this view, but you need to turn off the sky atmosphere for this, you can select and drag like whole chunks. -U. And I could just move it all at once. But if you don't turn off the sky sphere, you'll mess that up. It'll get messed up. All right. So now I want to do these ones. I really want this. I wonder if I can use something else. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to squeeze underneath that. I guess I could check it out really quick. Yeah. Maybe I could use one of the other ones. Like this one. Can I just jump it? Ooh, that could work. Let's see if this works. The collision might still mess it up on this. Oh yeah. Can I go over it? Hell yeah. Oh, now I gotta do this. do this. I want to go up another level, but I think I'm going to hit a limitation of this asset pack. Because now I can like see that. One of the things I think I could do. Doesn't look terrible. Riveting stuff, right? This is really fun to me. I actually really enjoy this type of stuff. This is what I'll do if it's like late and I'm bored, but I can't really concentrate on like programming. Let's do some level design. It's pretty fun. Let's see. Now let's find this bridge. Perfect. Look at that. Gorgeous. That's just a little bit more interesting, right? So the goal would be to get up here. Maybe I'll even make like this whole area. Like a little platform up here. Maybe there's like a little kind of base hub up here. Yeah, I like that. One of the things I want to make sure when I'm looking at is, did I just create an area where the player can get to that I don't want them to? So they can get under here, over here. If they jump down from here, this tree should block them, but it might not. So I might want to do this. And that limits them to this area if they jump down. Right. I don't want them to be able to get over here. So what I might have to do is take all of this. Up a click. And now they can get, actually I think I'll just do that for this whole row too. Making Minecraft, yeah, that's, you know, it's funny because I was just talking about that a few minutes ago. How the reason I decided to work on this game is because I teach this like summer program for teenagers to show them how to do game dev, and this was like a dumb project I made. Well, not dumb. It's part of the course that I made, Game Development Basics. But I let the kids play this, and they loved it. And I realized at that point, like, because kids now are raised on Minecraft and Roblox, like, they don't care about graphics. Like, actually, like, prefer games like this. But no, it's a tank game. You're a tank. You kill bugs. All right, so now we got to go up this ramp over here. This is where the objective will be. But you can also get down here. Maybe there's some hidden stuff. But the player can get here, down here. Can't get up there. Can get here. But they can't get up there. And they can get over here, but they shouldn't be able to pass this tree. Let's try. I want to prevent accessing areas where I don't want the player. So let's make sure we can actually get to the end of this little path here. Because otherwise, what was the point of making it? Yeah, so we can put something over here. Maybe a little power up or something. One of those mushies. Then my frame rate is trash. Get up here, can cross the bridge, and get up here, which is where the objective would be, but I can't get anywhere I'm not supposed to. Cool. All right, that's fun. Gotta figure out why that frame rate's so bad though. Maybe it's just because I'm on a bigger screen. All right, let's. Yeah, there shouldn't be anything in here really causing those types of issues. Stat. Is it memory? Texture streaming might be an issue. No, I'm not even using a fifth of it. CPU maybe. Load. Stat. CPU load. Nope. Nothing. GPU. But even this isn't like a ton. Let's try a few other things. That's the one that I'm looking for. Yeah, even here, nothing really. Whatever. Why is this thing red? I don't know, but you know, what's funny is that when I'm in this mode, my FPS goes to 60. And now we're in now we have, oh, so it must be. So I go from this to 15. So it's definitely something in the lighting. Maybe I have the shadows. Dynamic shadow. Let's do this. Tree. All. I'll have to build my lighting now, but see if that fixes it. Nope. Yeah, I don't know. So let's put, actually, I think this would be the first time that we have that we would need a interact objective. So let's figure out where I put those. What's it called? Objective. Level building, level progress. Level building, level progress. Level building, level progress. All right. So we don't have an objective manager in this level, I don't think, yet. I like to put them, whoa, somewhere near the start. Somewhere I could see it. So usually pull it out of the ground. And then Exploration Collective, survival. Yeah, like I said, I don't have, so let's create the blueprint for that. And this is going to be interact objective. EP interaction objective. I just want to check that this works. guess it needs to be like here. And it can have a mesh. So let's just add anything. Cone. That frame rate, it's really driving me nuts. Missed the start. Hey, welcome to the stream, Sam. So, I have this game development basics course on my YouTube channel. You can check it out here. Playlist. As most people that are on my Discord, on my YouTube, probably found it through this. So it's 8 weeks for free course. It's a couple of years old. I would argue it's still very relevant though. And there's like 16 hours of lessons. So in week 2, we make a game called Bug Squash. And then as part of week 8, I go back and like show all of my progress on like all the different games that we made. And I showed that we could do some. We have this. It's weird to hear myself talking while I'm talking. But anyway, the point is, we made this game as part of that course. And then I teach game dev classes for like summer programs for like teenagers. And I let them play some of the games that I've made just to show what's possible. And I let them play that game and they loved it. And then they found some bugs. I'm going to keep using that joke like it's a new joke every time. But so I fixed the bugs so they could keep playing it. And then they just kept being like, hey, can you do this? Can we do this? So I was showing them like, all right, yeah, let's add to this game. And then at some point I was like, this game's actually kind of fun. So I'm going to actually make it into a real game. So this is a game that I'm hoping to launch the demo next year in like February or March. It'll be the first game that I launch as part of the studio. That's not just like a community project. But if people are interested and they want to help, you can send me a DM. I'd love to help. And we could talk about maybe rev share or equity share or something, or just getting some experience working on a project. All right, so I need to log this with my objective manager. The way we do that is we have these objective sequences. I'm going to add one, and this is going to have. So the way I made this work, it's a little bit weird. I think I might change it because I'm not super happy with it. There we go. Objective ID is interact. Let's just do that to keep it simple. Interact with the object. So I want to say turn on console. Just a vague sci-fi name. Objective description. Activate the console. It's a interaction objective. So now that I have that set up, I can go to my objective manager. The objective ID is interact. And this should add it to my objective when the game starts. Activate the console. And then over here it says turn on the console. Now E to interact. And I've completed the level, and everything crashed. Holy crap. Oh my god. You jerks. It wouldn't be a live stream if Unreal didn't crash at least once, though, right? Hey, while that's booting back up, I'm going to play this music again. So Soren, who made the I think I lost everything. Anyway, Soren, who made the music for Run Veggies, he's been making this music for this game as well. He's got 4 tracks done so far. This game, like, this music just rocks, and it's like motivating me to make the game because I'm like, I can't have this music go to waste. It's just too good. But here, I'll put this in the chat again. Check it out. Dude's super talented. And super generous, too. Like, he's making all this for free. I mean, not that I wouldn't pay him if the game made a bunch of money. But he's just like, yeah, dude, I just love making music. So, let's do it. All right. Yeah, as I suspected, I've lost everything. All right, let's do that again. Oh, the thing that's going to piss me off, though, is if we made that really cool ramp for nothing. Save often, fellas. Oh, thank goodness. All right, so that didn't break. We did something right. We just lost the objectives. All right. We lost the objective manager, so I'll pop that back in. I'm going to put it over here so I don't have to find it. And then we need to make a new interaction. All right. So, how do we do this again? We need to change the name of this. this one, add, interact. Is multi-user editing working real? I haven't used it in a while. So I did actually, let's see if I could find this really quick. Oh my god, I hate when I like legit can't. I actually wrote an article on this for Diversion. Multi-user editing in Unreal Engine with Diversion. So I'll put this in here. So when did I write this? It doesn't say. Maybe it says it back here. January. So back in January when I wrote this article, it was buggy. But I don't think it's Diversion. I think it's the MUE. But what this does is actually, like, if I have Unreal Engine open and I'm working in this level and someone else jumps in to this level, we could see each other and we could work on it together, like in real time. The issues that I saw was, one, you have to actually be on the same Wi-Fi network for it to work. And Unreal Engine's official stance was VPNs don't really work. They do have like this. Let's see if this has been updated. Last updated February, almost 2 years ago. So officially, I don't think it works with a VPN, but we'll see. But I think it's a really cool tool if they can get it to work with a VPN, or just don't require people to be on the same Wi-Fi network. I don't know, like if you can just create a server infrastructure in it. But essentially how it works is you have to, I mean, you could read my article, but you set it up in Unreal Engine. I'm using Diversion for this. So you connect to it, create a session, and then things happen like transactions is what it's called. So you, like if you create a new actor or add a static mesh, it'll show these transactions and you can see like a list of what people are working on. And then once you're happy with it, like if we collaborate on this level and we're like, this looks great, you save changes from the session and then end your session. Bam. It's pretty cool though. I'd be interested to see how far it's come in the year since I wrote this article. But there's Run Veggies. They wrote an article about us. I have two. I thought I had two more on here. Maybe it's just one. Oh, this one. You can read that one if you want. Yeah, I think it's just those ones. So yeah, definitely worth checking it out. I'd be interested. You could DM me or tell me if someone tries to get it working. Sorry about this damn cough. But anyway, let me save all, and then what I'll actually do. Let's see. All right, turn on the auxiliary power console, and then in my objective it says activate the console. Well, this cone isn't much of a console. Let's see if we crash again. Who wants to make a wager? I'm going to wager yes, because something caused it to crash last time. Yeah, exactly. But why? I wonder if it's just that objective class, because I've made all the other objective classes as blueprints. This is the first one that's like crashed. Actually, we could test it in this map. Let's make this one gold. And here's what I'm going to do. In my objective manager, I'm going to actually get to add it to this first phase. Interact. Activate the auxiliary console. Alright, save all. Let's see if it happens again. So the idea now would be I can explore. All right, so it's saying now it's saying turn on the console. And it crashed, so it is a problem with that class. So let's look at that. Interact. On interact. So I have this delegate on objective interacted. Start interaction on if required key press and can interact. Start interaction on interact started. Is that what that delegate was? On objective interacted. Instant. Complete interaction. Hey, thank you. Casareo. Who's Casareo? Oh my god. It's my brother. How's it going, man? This guy is a literal hero. Look at this. Literal hero. He's playing Battlefield 6. Yo, I'll text you later, man. It's been far too long. This guy is like a god at, well, specifically first-person shooters. I actually am gonna watch this, but also like just any game. Let me follow you. I didn't even know about this, man. I'll text you when I get done with this later, man. We'll catch up. So I was in the Navy. This guy is still in the Navy, I think. We deployed together to the Middle East fighting pirates. Anyway, we were playing video games, and there's this game I had been playing like for a long time as a fighting game. And I was like, "Yo, I'm gonna whoop you at this game," and this dude just destroyed me. He had never even played the game before. Anyway, give you a call tomorrow. Yeah, I'm around all day tomorrow. You got to meet my son. All right. Something in here is causing this to crash. So complete interaction. Has been interacted, true. Stop interaction. Complete objective. On interaction completed. Was that delegate on objective interacted? No. I think this is the delegate from the like parent class. All right. So now we're going to do some Claude debugging. So I know AI is very controversial right now, but I'm going to tell you this. One thing that Claude is really good at is debugging. It can find the issue pretty much right away. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write him in a little message. So I'm going to say in interaction objective, let's go back here, am having an issue with when I complete the objective UE editor crashes. None of the other objective types cause a crash. Let's troubleshoot. While that's thinking, I'm gonna see if we can see anything from the logs. Now, it's gonna crash. but maybe it'll make the log message before it does. If not, I can go to the actual like logs. I think they're in the saved folder. And one thing I love about it is when this gets done, it might suggest a few things. What I'll actually do is, yeah, so it's just called clears the timer. There's a dangerous sequence of events. Ooh. I don't like the sound of that. All right. The issue. There's a dangerous sequence of events. I've actually never heard it use those words before. 128 stop interaction is called, which clears the timer. It's called where broadcasts happen. The main issue is get world. Checking if get world is valid. That probably is what it is. Dangerous things. All right, so now it's recommending me a fix. So it wants to validate the interacting actor, which good idea. It's going to add some stuff. This is just a log message, so it would show up in the logs. Some more notes. Yeah, let's try this. Let's close down Unreal Engine. Let's see if this fixes it. It might just be an easy fix. But while this is working, and I'll do the build. All right, so now this is going to do the check for get world. Yep. While this is building, I'll give you my caveat to using AI for programming. I'll use the analogy I always use, and that is that if I go to the hardware store and I buy a bunch of tools, I am not a woodworker. I need to understand woodworking, and the power tools will make me a better and more efficient woodworker. But if I don't have those core skills, the power tools aren't going to help me. They're probably just going to mean that I lose a finger or two. So, same as that, although you probably won't lose fingers using AI for coding. If you do not understand what it's telling you to do, then I don't recommend that you use AI, because it's going to give you recommendations. If you don't have the knowledge to check it, you're going to make some weird code. Even the best versions of this, which I think is Claude at the moment, still do some weird stuff sometimes. So what are we doing now? Yeah. This is just checking if we can get world, and then if we can, then we'll do this stuff. But if we can't, then all this is just gonna return, which means stop. Sure. Setting the timer if it's valid. All right, and then it's going to tell me what it did, which I love this because it's a little summary. So now we'll do build, see if we have any errors. If I, in my experience, it tends to forget to put your includes at the top, like these or these. So we might have a build error, but we'll just tell it to fix it. But yeah, we're working on this Bug Squash game. This started as part of one of my game dev courses, which is Game Development Basics. And it's this free 8-week course. It's on my YouTube channel. We start with zero. I assume zero knowledge about game development or programming or anything. So it's an 8-week course, 100% free on my YouTube. It's a couple of years old now. Some would argue it's outdated. I still think the core principles are very, very relevant. Like Unreal Engine has changed only in like they've added new things, right? But the core concepts of game dev are still the same. All right, no build errors. That's good. Let's go ahead and open up Unreal Engine. So in week 2 of the course, we make Bug Squash. And then build upon it. And I show the game to I teach some like game dev courses for I converts them to excludes. That's actually pretty good. Don't include these header files. But I teach game dev courses for like teenagers during summer, and I let them play the games that I've made just so they could see what's possible. And they loved this game. They like wanted to play it all the time. And so I was like working on it for them. And then I was like, this game's actually really fun. I'm going to make it a game. So my goal right now is to launch a demo of this in March. Did we crash? We crashed. All right. That didn't fix it, bud. So now we can grab these logs. Actually, you know what we'll do? I'm going to delete my logs. That way we have a fresh logs file. Because I want to feed it to Claude and tell it to tell me what the issue is. All right. So let's play this game. All right, now why? And look, it would take me like, let's see if I can even find the issue before it does. All right. Real issue. You're directly calling Blueprint Interface, which is illegal. Illegal. I just think Claude, sometimes the words it uses is so funny. It's illegal, guys. Unreal Engine Police is on its way. It's been nice. Alright. On interactable. Execute. I don't know about this. We'll try it. Because this one... Actually, I'm going to ask it. Can you look at collection objective? It should have a similar interface. Found 3 illegal direct calls, 3 charges by the Unreal Engine Police. All right. Yeah, let's do it. I just think like the word illegal is so funny. All right, let's look at it. Yeah, sure. I think it's because I have this interact interface. Is it only this one? Maybe it's trying to use this, whereas the collective objective didn't. All right, tell me what you did. Let's try to build. While that's building, let's listen to some music by Soren Hansen. He's making the music for this game. Can you guys hear that? So yeah, Soren's making the. He also made the Run Veggie soundtrack, which I love. I had these songs stuck in my head for months. So he's making the music for this game, Run Veggies, as well. There will be 10 tracks total. He's only got 4 of them done so far, but he's uploading them like as he's finishing them. But I think it's going to set the tone for this game. Pretty like metal inspired. It's like metal and EDM mix, kind of, you know? Reminds me of like Rammstein from the 90s. Was that the 90s? I was in high school. That's all I remember. But yeah, check it out. Super talented guy. All right, let's close you. Because my memory. This computer is like pretty good except for the memory. I should upgrade it someday. All right, no build errors. All right. Now, the moment of truth. Did Claude actually fix the issue? If not, I might actually have to dig in. Oh, look at that. Oh, the enemies are coming. Get them. Oh, those missiles are so bad at getting the enemies. Shoot some missiles. Yeah. Gather the objectives. Gather the resources. I was not prepared for it to work. All right, and then the level is complete. All right, we got it to work. So now we have 4 objective types. We have a exploration objective, interact objective, survive objective, which the enemies are going to come and try to kill me, and then a collection, so we can collect different types of items in our levels. And the goal is to have like very modular levels, and then maybe eventually even to have like procedurally generated levels, so you just have like randomized levels that just kind of challenge you as the player. But yeah, pretty fun. I know we spent a lot of the stream just troubleshooting and fixing bugs. Big one being this Wise plugin that I can't figure out why it's not working. But yeah, definitely keep an eye out for this game. It's gonna be a lot of fun. If you haven't joined the Discord, let me put this up so you can grab that. But the Discord is also like everywhere on my YouTube channel. There's links everywhere. So join the Discord. We're gonna be working on this game for probably like another 4 or 5 months till the demo. We'll be launching the demo in March, right before PAX East. So I'll also be at PAX East. If you're going to be there, DM me and we'll link up and grab a drink or a coffee or something. And then, but yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. You can join the Discord. I'm on like pretty much every social media platform. So I'll keep some updates on this game. And then I'll be streaming every Fridays as I can. Those that have been listening for a while, I have a newborn son. That means sometimes it's hard to get like a set schedule, so I might just have to do like stream till the baby wakes up streams up in the future. But also I'm doing a 3D modeling course using Blender. I'll be doing part 2 of that next Friday. So we did part 1 a week ago today, and we'll be doing part 2 a week from today. So you can also go watch the recording of part 1. It's on my YouTube. Basically what we're doing is basics of Blender, 3D modeling, but specifically for game dev. There's a lot of like Blender courses out there that focus more on just like using Blender as like art, like to create renders and animations and stuff, which is really cool. But not all of that stuff really applies to game dev. So I wanted to make like a very basic course that's just like, here's the basics. If you want to get into 3D modeling, but for game development, here's kind of what you need to know just to get started. So you can check out that next Friday. I'll be streaming again, same time, same ish time, 10 to noon Eastern. But yeah, thanks everyone. If you haven't already, follow my channel, like my channel, subscribe, whatever those words they use these days are. And I'll hopefully see you guys in a week. But this will be the end of this stream. So thanks again.